Hello, hello, hello. Joe Hart here. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Gotta turn that down. YouTube TV seems to want to give me as many challenges as possible. Here's your biggie bag. So Wendy's, dude, is just like Geico. They come up with the same characters on commercials. I don't know why they can't come up with new characters, but he's the same guy, same personality. Hey, MotoGP. I thought this is supposed to work. Anyway, I first entered it as a custom command, and then I also did a timer, but I think you can just do the timer. So I deleted the custom command. Now this is just a timer, so I'm seeing if it works. It didn't work last stream, so I think I do need it. Anyway, I don't know. So, and then default commands, when I first looked at them, none of them applied to me. And I was like, what are these? Why are these default? Because none of them apply to me. So days ago, after it's been a couple months, and there's 11 of them, and I rank them from 1 to 11. That's how I always do things. And one I did enable before, the poll, but I don't know what it does. And then I enabled 3 others or 2 others. So I'm going to check out exclamation point, poll, tags, title, and marker. I don't know if it works. So that's the testing we're doing. Like I said, I type it once and it comes up 4 times. So that's at poll. I mean, exclamation point poll. Joe Hart, invalid parameter specified. Possible parameters. New results. I don't know if it means I'm going to do that and then also results. I'm going to do that. New qualifying. What's a straight up and down? I don't know where that is. Well, I'm getting closer on poll. I don't know what it does, but so I did poll. Oh, goddamn. At the crib. $8:54. I guess the broadcast starts in a minute, and then the okay, the broadcast is starting. I'm still testing these things. I don't know what that was. Was that a Discord? It was a different name. Unfortunately, this command does not support YouTube. Not support YouTube. And then title? See what happens with title. Works. I guess this can be edited. So poll looks like it works, but I don't know the format. I got to figure out the format. Tags, not supported, does not support YouTube right now. And then title works completely. And then marker, I think I enabled it. Let me see if marker works. Something about Twitch. This is the first time we've seen the 3 softest compounds. Unfortunately, this command does not support YouTube at the time. So I guess I need to Alpine's got a lot of, they're frantic. Q1, 18 minutes. Hasn't started yet. Starts in 2 minutes or, with the, So qualifying is 60 minutes now. I mean, thereabout. It's 18, 7-minute break about, 15, 7-minute break about. You hear the engines. Double yellows and reds are very common, is saying, not Ted, the other OCD dude. Hamilton's first one out there, unknown, but now it's soft. 5 of the 6 have soft. They don't know on Russell. Top 6 have soft. Sonoda and Bottas, they're still deciding. Yo, they're all soft so far. Okay, so I'm going to say Baku EP. A Baku GP qualifying Q1 of 3, 17:59 left. It's less than that. And then I'm going to show 15th and 16 on because this is too hard to do. I think they're going to have a first time. I'm just staring to get the first time. I always like to do that. Looks like Hulkenberg's in front, and then Hamilton. Yellow flag, yellow flag. I don't know how long that is. Yellow flag's out. No times yet. Low, low, low. Back off screen again. Looking for the first time. There we go. Hulkenberg. .305. He ends up being at the bottom, but I'm still. $14.16. That's the first time, Hulkenberg. This isn't my comforts. Yellow, 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 yellow. 12:59, yellow out. So 18 of 20 drivers have time. Sands and DeVries, no time. $12.26. Sands and DeVries. I don't know if they're sitting down. $11.39. Mag Hoaxu. Mag Hoaxu. Mag Hoaxu gas. Dev. Yellow flag. 1033. Sands has no time so far. Russ Okansu. 1017. Red flag. Bam, AlphaTauri against the wall. Nick DeVries into the wall. Out of turn 3. $10.17, I think, was the yellow. The red. Shit, man, he plowed right into it. Okansu gas. Okansu gas. Okansu gas. DeVries Sands. Baku GP qualifying Q1 up 3, 10-17 left, red flag, DeVries. 15th is Russell. 16th on is Ocon, Sue, Gas, Dev, and Sands. Sands has no time. So that's provisionally who would be Magnuson. Wow, he sounds like Lewis. I was looking over. I was like, wow, Lewis is talking, but it wasn't him. So I've got a pinched nerve, I think, right on my neck because of this chair and desk and how I do this live streaming. I need to figure out how to do it a better way because it hurts really badly. So Q1, 10-17, the time did stop. Oh my golly, they know how to do a qualifying. So qualifying 1, 10-17 left, and it stopped. It appears that everybody has soft tires. Let me scroll down. It's easier to scroll nowadays. They all have soft, but Sands hasn't done a time yet. So this is, this is real early in qualifying session 1 of 3, but it's Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso, Norris, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Piastri, Perez, Magnussen, Bottas, Stroll, Albon, Zhou, Sargent, Russell, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, DeVries, and then Sands has no time. Verstappen is 141.887. Mine Turtle. Hey, I was off screen. How are you, Mine? Good to see you. JoeHart here, person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I'm just covering the Formula Ones. This is qualifying for the Azerbaijan GP in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's 8 hours ahead, so it's pretty early for their stuff. I mean, it's late afternoon for them right now. Do you follow that? You kind of look like a bot with all those curly cues and stuff. But anyway, do you have a driver you like? By the way, it's a red flag, so nothing's happening right now. That's what I was off screen. So I'm going to go off again. I'm going to go off screen right now. So, okay, just to read that screen that you all are looking at. It's a red flag in the first qualifying session of 3 qualifying sessions. 10 minutes, 17 seconds left, and that timer has stopped. Verstappen is the fastest so far, but this is really early. It's an 18-minute session, and so they've almost done 8 minutes, and they have 10 minutes to go. They show Ocon or who? Alpine. Esteban, yes. I like Esteban. Anyway, Verstappen is the highest, 141.887. I really did think it was high 30s. Wow, they're redoing the wall and everything. Holy poop. They cannot seem to be able to push the car at all. Boy, there's so many marshals, and it doesn't seem like any of them know what they're doing. I think marshals volunteer. So I think they volunteer. So I don't know if there ever really is a boss. But that's a very expensive car that they're trying to push, and they're not doing very well with it. Golly. I don't expect perfection from them, but I just, some crashes don't make sense. It's so early. This is qualifying 1. He doesn't need to kill his car to get into qualifying 2. I mean, he does, because he won't get. He's usually one of the first 5 to drop out, but still, I don't get it. So Sainz has no time, and George Russell is 15th. So he really has to get his butt in gear. So anyway, what's this say? Notifs and bots. Ping core is awesome, but Twitter stopped 427 yesterday. Tweet shift bot covers for Twitter after April 29th. Dunno. Me6 bot clunky and it cost. No solutions for LinkedIn notifs yet. Discord. JoeHart. What do you think of that, Nightbot? And this is the ESPN schedule for the Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan GP, all times ET, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, the East Coast of United States. So 4:28 Friday, which is today. The free practice 1 was earlier at 5:25 a.m. ESPN2. The qualifying is right now. It started at 8:55 a.m. on ESPNU. Tomorrow, 4:29 Saturday at 4:25 a.m. ESPN2, the sprint shootout. That's a brand new item. It's a brand new event in their format, in their qualifying format. And then at 9:25 is on ESPN, and that's the F1 sprint. And then on Sunday, 4:30 Sunday at 5:30 a.m., ESPN is the pre-race, and 6:55 a.m. is ESPN, the actual Grand Prix. Enjoy. Who's your driver team? Thanks. So yeah, Azerbaijan is the 4th event of the season out of 23. it's the first race that has a F1 sprint in it. And out of the 23 races for the whole year, 6 of them are going to have a F1 sprint on it. Now, they're pretty new. 2021 had 1. 2022 had 3. All 4 of those, I don't think went very well. I don't think many people liked it. It might have been because they were new, but I think they also had some really poor format rules. Anyway, earlier this week, but anyway, for 2023, they're going to do 6. So it went from 1 to 3, which people are like, I think we want less than 3. So they went way more. They went to 6. And I think with the 6, anyway, that was like, everybody's like, oh no, are we going to do 6 of these? And then earlier this week, like Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, they came, stewards incident involving car 1 Verstappen reviewed, no further investigation, released in an unsafe condition. Wow, he did something aggressive and they're not going to charge him with it. I don't quite think he's a platinum driver, but he might be. Or Teflon, I don't know if that would be true. So anyway, this is the first of the sprint, and they changed the format. So I'm going to try not to refer to what it was last year, but it's huge differences, and some of the things last year sucked. That city seems really built up. What's up, G? Not much, Diggs. How you doing, G? What's up? I'm JoeHart, person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. We're covering it's kind of a watch along. I don't know if you have TV access and if you're in the United States and if you have ESPNU, that's the channel that qualifying is on right now. It's from 9 to 10 or, thereabouts, 8:55 to 10. And right now is a red flag. DeVries wrecked his car into the wall. It's in Azerbaijan. It's in Baku, Azerbaijan, and it's a street circuit, and it is tight. It is really tight. So if you make any flinch or mistake at all, you're into the wall. It's really skinny. Except there is one part during the circuit. Well, I mean, it's a long circuit, but there is one part where you can go 3 wide, which is crazy because, within 10 feet of that, you're not going to be able to go. They're showing good pictures on the TV. So anyway, I don't know if you follow any Formula One or anything, but yeah, it's a watch along. I don't, I can't show broadcast, so I can't show ESP. I can't show the race and the qualifying and all that stuff. So it's got to be a watch along. So I hope everybody else has access to ESPNU. Anyway, let me go off screen here. How you doing, Diggs? How's Twitch? Let me go off screen here, so I won't be able to see your comments and stuff, but I'll be right back. So anyway, this has been static for several minutes. So qualifying session 1 of 3 is 10 minutes, 17 seconds left. That's when the time stopped because of the red flag. And this is early. It's an 18-minute session. So they've done almost 8 minutes, and they got a little more than 10 minutes to go. So it's still early. But Verstappen's on top. All 20 drivers have soft tires. Verstappen is top, 141.887. And then Leclerc, Alonso, Norris, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Piastri, Perez, Magnussen, Bottas, Stroll, Albon, Zhou, Sargent, Russell, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, DeVries, Sainz. And DeVries is who wrecked, and Sainz has 0 times. Says he's done 4 laps, 1 lap with the soft tires. I don't know what he did the first 3 laps. I thought everybody had soft tires. Oh, it could be. I'm sorry. It could be a second set of soft tires. He might be, I don't know what he's doing. He might be wearing them in. It's weird that he doesn't have a time. So that's full screen layout. So, okay, so exit full screen layout. Let's DeVries radio. Alarm is still there. I still have break by wire off. What do I do? Okay, Nick, we have an issue. P1, back to P1. We try to solve it in the garage. Wow, I guess there was an alarm going on. It said replay and then it switched to, so I think this is live. I think it's about to go green, but it usually tells us when it's going to go. Anyway, it's not on the yeah, it is. It says live and the time's moving. So it started 7 seconds ago. They usually tell us when they're going to restart. I didn't notice it if they warned us. So it's kind of tight on time. So they might be jockeying around to get the right spot or not. So what's up, Diggs? What do? You I'm not really, I'm on my laptop and I'm streaming the StreamYard. So I get the stream to 8 different platforms. So I don't know too much about Twitch, but that's one of them that I and it seems like most people anyway, I guess what little I know about Twitch, and it might be a stereotype is wrong, is I think most people are gamers there and then most people are younger. So I'm not either. So I'm like, you know. So it has restarted. Time did pause. So this qualifying session will be a little later than we anticipated. I'm going to enable them all and test them because it sounds like so many of them are not bad. I'm mostly on YouTube. Okay, so 3, 6. Okay, they're all activated. So I'll test the rest of them. I don't know if there's any new times yet. Let me go off screen and see if anything's going on here. Sends yellow flag. Yellow flag. It is a tight track. I'm going to watch the TV. Red flag. Yellow to red. 7:32. And something else. I'm watching the TV, so I see who wrecks and stuff. Red flag. Another stop. Another delay. It's coming soon. Yellow flag. Sector 1. Red flag. Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly, Alpine, is pretty damaged in the back of his car. He's very damaged in the back. I guess he skidded the other way. Gasly's radio. I'm sorry. Damn, the wall looks really bad. I hope they show what he, I mean, of course they're going to show what happened. So this is on ESPNU if you want to follow along. Okay, here it shows him. He's going on a long straightaway. It's going to go to the left. Bam! Now he hit the wall with his... Yeah, it was mostly the rear right tire that hits the wall. I couldn't stop the car. Yeah, his engineers, I bet, are a little frustrated. They're saying, he better buy them all dinner tonight. Carlos Sainz, he spun. But Gasly's car is moving, is rolling still. So hopefully it rolls to pit stop. They clean up. It was pretty messy. So they do have to clean it all up. Sands still has no time. 7 minutes, 32 seconds to go, and he has no time. 10 minutes and 28 seconds has happened so far, and he has no effing time. That kind of stuff, I have no tolerance for that. So, voice of Bernie Collins, former head of race strategy, Aston Martin. Bernie, that's the female. So they're showing the tops of all these buildings, and it doesn't appear that there's anybody on the rooftops. I'd be on the rooftop. Well, I'd be on the ground, walking around as much as I could. But so there's 4 or 5 marshals on the track just staring at the mess, and no one's really picking anything up. I've never quite understood motorsports like NASCAR. It seems like there could be a giant broom and dustpan kind of situation, like enormous, like the size of, a 2-story building. And you would just sweep it up into some... Carlos Sainz, no time set. Doesn't show Gasly in the pits. Oh, yeah, he's still probably roaming. Anyway, another red flag. What do we got? So, hello to all my viewers on, the 8 platforms is, the Facebook. I'm streaming on my laptop right now to StreamYards with StreamYards. And one of their features is you can send it to other platforms or destinations. Ding, ding, ding. Sorry about that. So I just a shout out to they're showing all the potential change of the team principals. Lauren Meckies. be going to Alpha Tori to take over. I mean, 2 people will take over the position of team principal. Team principal. Team radio replay, Sergeant Radio. Go in, red flag, boxing. Damn it, man, I was on another good lap. They're always on a good lap if they don't finish it. Leclerc. Something about the visor on the helmet. He wants darker, and they said that's the darkest. Verstappen said something. Didn't hear it. I wish they would script them. That ought to be a legal thing that they have to do because of the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. Anyway, a shout out to Facebook profile, Facebook page. I have both. I'm still trying to figure out the difference. LinkedIn profile. Hello, thank you, and send in all the comments you want and can. YouTube, JoeHart PwD's, and JoeHart. Francis Assistant. That's my backup channel to the main one, JoeHart. And in Twitch, I'm new to it, but I still broadcast there. And in my 2 Twitters, which I'm. That's why I wanted to set up I need another monitor. Alpine's car is being lifted off and taken off. Uh-oh, I guess it's gone live. I don't know why they're not warning us anymore. Nope, that's okay. So it's still 7:32. Stop. Everybody's shaking their heads. Race control session will resume at 17:37 local time, which is in 2 minutes, plus delays. But not delays of when they start, but TV delays and live streaming delays and all that stuff. So 17:37. I don't know if Pierre Gasly is feeling the effect of the okay, so let me damn, I wanted to do testing. I'm sure it started on the off screen. Let me go. 7:05. So yeah, it's going now. Started 25 seconds ago. Russell Okon Sue. Russell Okon Sue. Russell Okon Sue. Gas Dev Sends. 619. So I'm just updating this slightly, but it's kind of just to connect through to the last one I did. So it's not usually called the hashtag Baku GP. I did that because it's shorter letters. Qualifying Q1 of 3, 619 left. The 15th ranked person is Russell. And then 16th on, who are the ones that drop out at the end of this session, the 5 slowest cars get dropped out. So 16th on is Ocon, Sonoda, Gasly, and DeVries. And Gasly and DeVries have wrecked, so they're probably going to stay the bottom 2. And Sands has no time, so hopefully he jumps up to something. So I'm going to go off screen, see what's happening. 4:51 to go. I don't see any times changes yet, but I'm going to look at the TV for that because that stuff it's more obvious when someone goes up. So Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso, and we don't care. I don't care at all who's the top 12, 13, 14, 15. I just care who's 14th and 15th because they're almost kicked out. And then 16th through 20th, who is kicked out. And that's true for the second session. And then on the third session, we do care who's at top. But I don't care at all. Others are like, who's the fastest? And I'm like, I don't care. They're just, it doesn't matter. I need everybody that you just want to qualify. I think that's a new time. It looks like a new time. Verstappen, 141.887. I'm not sure if that's new. Leclerc is behind, plus 0.218. Alonso plus, Albon just went third. Go Albon. Perez is on top. But Verstappen's segment 1 and 2 currently is the fastest of everybody, and then he goes back up top again. So Perez had it for 10 seconds. Three minutes, 17 seconds to go. Sainz still 0 times. Would he effing do a effing time? What is wrong with him? Magbot Stroh. Bot Joe. Think Sainz, does he have a time? Sainz has a time. He's up to 10th. Sergeant Bot Joe. Sergeant Bot Joe. God damn it. $131. Sergeant Bot Joe, $126. Sergeant Bot Joe, $126. I guess they know the bottom three. My gas dev. My gas dev. Those are mag gas dev. Mag. $39 seconds left. 38 seconds left. Mag gas dev. So Sarge Bat Joe is still Sarge Bot Joe. This is so clunky. This is so complicated. I like to tweet it, but that's not where I'm at. I'm live streaming right now, so this is the way I do it. Okay, it shows 0 on this screen, but they all get to finish their lap. Sergeant just went up to 7th. Holy shit. I think that's 2. Albin and Sergeant is Williams, 6th and 7th. So on the TV, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Checkered flag. Now everybody gets to finish their lap, so they're going to show a checkered flag for each. Albin and Sergeant are done with their lap, and they're 6th and 7th. God, that's so fucking great. Go Williams. That's the only two, except the other, Verstappen is in the pits. So I guess that means checkered flag. And then Magnussen, Gasly, and De Vries are the bottom 3, and they're already in pits. So Perez. So 5 people have checkered flags, and 4 people are in the pits. So 11 more to still get a checkered flag. Per Russell Ham, Al Sue, Sergeant Ocon with checkered flags. Sands just got a checkered flag. He went up to 8th. Hulkenberg just got a checkered flag. He went up to 14th, so he just went above the cutoff line. Currently, it's Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, Gas, De Vries are the bottom 5. Piastri's on the bubble. There's like 4 to go. Bottas just went to 13th, so Piastri just fell out. Joe just went to 15th. Piastri went to 11th. Big changes at the end. Allo went to 2nd. I don't think that changed. It looks like Leclerc is the last one with a checkered flag. Leclerc is on top. So Ocon, Joe, Hulkenberg. Ocon, Joe, Hulkenberg. Ocon, Joe, Hulkenberg. So Ocon is the last one to qualify in and goes to the next session. Joe, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Gasly, and De Vries eliminated. Oh, okay. No. Okay, we see Hashtag Baku GP qualifying Q1 of 3. 0 seconds left. It's actually completely done. 15th, the last one to get in is Ocon. 16th on gets eliminated. Joe, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Gasly, De Vries. Bottom 5 eliminated. It's easier to update this stuff. Oh. What was I going to put in? I was going to put in one more thing. Oh, first time. So what do we have? Hashtag Baku GP qualifying Q2 of 3. It's not hasn't started yet, but when it starts at 12 minutes, when it shows that it's active, I'll say 11:59 left, and then I'm going to show the first time, which is 1 minute 40 something. I'm going to show that, and then 10th, I can get rid of that on Ocon. Joe asked how far, and he said race control Q2 will start at 17:52 local time. So in 2 minutes, race control Q2 will start at 17:52 local time. So 1 minute, and that's TV's delayed by 30 seconds. So let me go to this one. I don't know if those are current tires, but it shows the top 15 in soft tires. I don't know if that's current. It probably is. Oh, sorry, it's 15 minutes. I hear cars on the delayed TV, but it's not showing a time yet. It still shows 15 minutes. So it's not 12, it's 15. I made a mistake. I knew it was 15. I said the wrong thing. I was thinking it was 12, but I know it's 15. Whatever. Just no excuse, just saying my mind does weird things. Why is this taking so long to start? There it is. 14:56. So, it's hard just sitting here staring at my door to see someone come into my room. So I guess it only makes sense that I'm going to miss people because it's, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go off screen. I can't see your all's comments right now. It is now 1 minute into it, and I see no indication on this. There's no S1, segment 1 or 2 or 3. No gap, no nothing. I know it takes a little bit to get started, but I thought segment 1 would be there. I hope they're not having technical difficulties. This morning they had technical difficulties. They had no drivers' names. So I had everything else, but you didn't know whose tire they were talking about and whose segment time that was. 55. Is that Sainz? Sainz is still in the garage. Okay, 3 segment 2s is shown, and that's it. 4 of them. Alonso, Albon, Sargent, Stroh. It appears that everybody is still on soft tires. It says 0 laps, so I wonder if they changed their tires. I know tomorrow's sprint shootout, which is a qualifying session for the sprint, they must have brand new tires all 3 sessions. Medium, medium, soft is the way it works. Here it's soft and soft so far, and it says 0 laps, so I'm guessing they had to change their tires. Uh, 12 minutes, 15 seconds to go. I'm still waiting for the first time. I'm going to go back real quick. No times right now. So I'm going to go back off screen. I'm off screen. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I can't see you right now. Are your comments? 12 minutes, still no time. $14, $16. So almost 4. So in about 15 seconds, it looks like a time might show up. So I think they're, oh, look at that trash on the track, on the circuit. It is a street court. There it is. Okay. 11, Albon. 11, 17. And to be fair, oh, we know you can stay at any hotel you want. You don't need to be a dick about it. So let's see, what do we got? Sonoda is 10th, last one in. Sargent is 11th, first one out. And then there's, anyway, okay, now Sonoda and Sargent are 11 and 12. Leclerc, Sainz, and Norris is out. Norris is not, Norris, no time. He's in the pits. He's shaded, so it usually means he's parked. But he did 4 laps, it looks like. Norris did 4 laps on new soft tires, and he's in the garage, in the paddocks. So Leclerc and Sainz still has times to go. Norris won't have a time. Let's see here. Batsu Sarge. Batsu Sarge. Batsu Sarge. Batsu Sarge. Lexay, but that's no times. They're both $7.59 to go. Haven't have it a red. I don't want to jinx it now that I've mentioned it. Piastri. Bot. So everybody has a time but Norris. Piastri Batsu. Piastri Batsu. Said Albon Piastri Bot. Albon Piastri Bot. Albon Piastri Bot. Sarge Say. Say is has a time really slow. Sarge Say. $5.48. It's hard to update these things. So these entries are more updated than the previous entries. So the time might be different. The 10th place person, it's always evolving. So I might be slightly off on everything. I try to do pretty well, but it's anyway. Hamilton is 10th. He's the one on the bubble. Ham Al Piastri. Ham Al Piastri. Ham Al Piastri. Bot Sarge Nor. Bot Sarge Nor. So Sonoda moved up. $4.35. Push code push. I don't know what that means. Or I don't. She has a strong accent, so I don't completely understand every single word she says. So I don't know what she's saying that may sound like code. So it sounds like push code push. Coast maybe? I don't know what she's saying. Notifs and bots. Ping cord awesome, but Twitter stopped 4/27/23 yesterday. Tweet shift bot covers for Twitter after April 29th. Dunno. Me6 bot clunky and it costs. No solutions for LinkedIn notice yet. Discord. JoeHart. What do we got? Okay, it's Leclerc. Okay, so with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Leclerc, Perez, Verstappen, Alonso, Sainz, yellow flag, 303. Yellow flag, 303. I'm watching the TV in case it's still a yellow flag, so it looks like it might be substantial. It's in 13 seconds on the TV, so it should show it pretty soon. It's off. 2:43, it's off. Yellow flag, sector 1. Carlos Sainz. He's reversing onto the track. I bet that's not a good thing to do. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. 1 minute, 58 seconds to go. There was some on that looked red at top. I don't know what that was. Oh, it's probably 2 minutes to go. So with 1 minute, 46 seconds to go, Leclerc, Perez, Verstappen, Alonso, Sainz, Stroll, Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Albon, Tsunoda, Ocon, Piastri, Bottas, and Sargent. The only things that matter are at the bottom. So 9th or 10th, the last two in is Russell and Albon, and the bottom 5 are the first 5 out. Tsunoda, Ocon, Piastri, Bottas, Sargent. Damn, Sargent and his buddy Albon got like 6th and 7th earlier. I mean, everybody's getting faster, of course, and they can't get as faster as much. So it is 1 minute to go, and then they get to finish their lap. Again, 9th and 10th. Provisionally, the last 2 in is Russell and Albon, and provisionally the 5 out is the bottom 5. Tsunoda, Ocon, Piastri, Bottas, and Sargent. Hi, hi, hi. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Out there? Anybody out there? Out there? Anybody? Oh, no. I didn't get... Oh. Is that my trademark song? Okay, so let's see here. So 10 and 39. So it's 29 seconds delay on the TV. So Q2 is end in 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It is checkered flag now, and now everybody gets to finish their lap, but the TV was 29 second delay, so it's at 21 second right now. And Ocon is 10th, last one in. Albon is 11th, first one out. Albon, Tsunoda, Piastri, Bottas, Sargent. You want one of them to advance. Or, Verstappen just went to the top 140.822. I could care less about the tops because it's you only care about that on the third qualifying 3, the third session, the final session. Someone went up. I don't know who went up. 10th is Russell. 11th, Russell, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Sargent. A lot of people went up. Thank you. Sorry, just walked away, but hey, I don't think anybody's going to miss me. Okay, let's see here. Ocon, Albon, and Sargent do not have checkered flags yet, but Piastri and Hamilton provisionally are the last two in, and Russell, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, and Sargent provisionally are the ones out. Let's see what this thing says. It should be a little further ahead. Russell, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Sargent. Yeah, Russell is 11th. Don't have the pace, these guys. So we still hear Ocon's car, so maybe he can. He's currently 12th. Albon, Sargent, okay. Ocon, pit. Okay, now everybody has. Okay, so Piastri, Hamlin, Russell, Ocon, Albon. Russell, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Sargent. Russ, Ocon, Alb. Russ, Ocon, Alb. Russell, Ocon, Alb. Russell, Ocon, Alb. Botsarge. Botsarge. Did Nor get in there? What did Norris do? Did 6 by sitting there doing nothing. Russell, Ocon, Alb. Botsarge. Botsarge. Okay, let me see if I have this right. This is really hard to do, guys. Ham, Russ, Ocon. Ham, Russ, Ocon. Ham, Russ, Ocon. Okay, those are right. Albot, Sarge. About Sarge. Okay. Bottom 5 eliminated. Poof. Is Nightbot an app? I can't stand not having it on my iPhone. Not, yeah, Nightbot. Yeah. So what do we have? Hashtag Baku GP qualifying session 3 of 3, final session. And then once it starts, not right now, it hasn't started yet, but it'd be 11 minutes, 59 seconds left once it starts. And that is for the poll. This now it does matter who's the first, but I will still list the first time. That's always been important to me. So the final 10 in this qualifying 3 that advanced is Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Alonso, Norris, Tsunoda, Stroll, Piastri, Hamilton. I think that's 2 McLarens. Holy poop. Holy poop. So it lists the teams on this other thing, but not for Max. But I know Max. So it goes Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari. Sergio Perez was just switched to first. Now Max has switched to, I don't know what's going on. These are weird. So, okay. So Red Bull, it keeps changing. Ferrari, Aston Martin, McLaren, AlphaTauri. Okay. Something's going on. 11:37. I guess it did start. Sorry. So let's see here. Q3 first time. So it should be around 8:17, which is 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. And this is still loading. App Store is still loading. My iPhone is ridiculously slow and it freezes and stops working, and Wi-Fi, I have to set another. Comes up as a search. Streamlabs, Stream Tracker. Search. Okay, segment 2. Okay, got about a minute before a time shows up. Segment 1 for Perez. He might be the one with the first time. Oh, well, okay. So I'm not going to end my stream right away. I'm going to test those default commands. There's 11 of them. I've tested 4, but I'm going to do them anyway. I'm now have it post-it notes on the piece of paper so I can write it down as neatly as I can, which is not neat. So third session. Qualifying session number 3 of 3. This is the final one. 8 minutes and 32 seconds left. In about 16 seconds, there should be a time. First time, I think it's going to be Perez. I don't know. Perez 8:24. Five, 6, 3. So Verstappen and Leclerc did the exact same time with the gap being 0.000, but Verstappen did it first, so he's listed higher. But wow, that's amazing. Millions of dollars, two different drivers, two different cars, two different engines, or they power units, they call them different things. $629 Verstappen Leclerc. Per signs, 547. $433 left. Per se ham. Furlek per. Furlek per se ham. 350. So top two still tied, but Verstappen did it first, so he's ranked higher than Leclerc's. Boy, this chair is so uncomfortable. I'm going to go off screen. So this is qualifying session number 3 of 3. This is the final one. So they're going for the pole, final 10. The top 10 drivers advance to this session. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. Verstappen and Leclerc is 1-2 with the exact same time to the thousandth of a second. And then Perez, Sainz, Hamilton, Norris, Stroll, Tsunoda, Alonso, Piastri. So the gap is Leclerc is 0, of course, and then Perez is 0.118, then 0.5, then 0.7, then 1.1, 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, 1.6. Wow, those four are kind of close to each other. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, they're all 1.5 or 1.6. 2-minute warning. That was that red thing that happened earlier that I didn't know what it was. Oh, Leclerc almost hit the wall. Yeah, Leclerc, I knew Leclerc was playing games. He was like, oh, this weekend's going to be the worst thing ever. And then here he is. He's tied with Verstappen for the pole. So I think there's still, stuff to go on here. 1 minute and 9 seconds to go, plus they get to finish that lap. Sainz has unknown tires, but the rest have soft, so I'm sure he has soft too. Fastest sector 2, Leclerc. Perez, fastest sector 1. And that's delayed. So these people, okay, so Leclerc is the fastest. Holy shit. Nice. And the gap is 0.188. So it goes provisionally, it's Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari. I can't tell if Verstappen is done yet. I think Perez was still going for one. Alonso is 6. Man, they're cool. Leclerc still looks. It looks like Verstappen's done, but I don't see a checkered flag. Out of the 10 drivers, only Norris and Tsunoda have checkered flags. So the other 8 are still finishing their last lap. Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Hamilton, Alonso, Norris, Tsunoda, Stroll, Piastri. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name. I'll never get it. Yes. Charles Leclerc. Management. I wonder who he's talking to when he says management. Is that the team principal or his first pole position in 2023? I mean, this is only race number 4, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Wow. They're not showing the checkered flags, but it looks like everybody's done. So anyway, okay, the final 10. The 10 fastest drivers of Quali 2 advance to Quali 3, and then they race again. So those 10 is Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Hamilton, Alonso, Norris, Tsunoda, Stroll, Piastri. And then the rest, that 5, the bottom 5 got eliminated after Q1, and then the next 5 got eliminated after Q2. And they're 11th on. So 11th is Russell, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Sargent, Joe, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Gasly, De Vries. Ooh, golly. Okay, so I'm going to test these default commands. Oh, wow. It does work. So I'm going to go off screen so I can, so that's clickable. Wow, that works. Few and far between. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Commercial. I'm sure I can't do that, but I'll try it. Unfortunate. This command does not support YouTube at this time. At this not support YouTube. Okay, filters. No filter specified. Repetition, symbols, links, emotes, caps, blacklist. Hey, Sifa, how are you? I'm done with the season. I'm just, I've been working on Nightbot a lot recently, and I've updated and cleaned up my custom commands. That was cool seeing your list, by the way, because that was cool seeing your list. Just because you know I'm doing okay. It's I'm to the end here. And so anyway, I finally have I'm testing right now the default commands. You know, when I first started doing YouTube Live and Nightbot, I was like, you know, I've learned a new one today. Did you? Oh, cool. So yeah, they're pretty neat. I don't know if you're upset about oh, I don't think you're on Ping Cord, but Ping Cord is going to stop doing Twitter as it was supposed to be as of tomorrow, but it was as of yesterday. But and they haven't figured out a workaround, which I love Ping Cord. But it ended up Twitter shift, tweet shift still does Twitter. So I'm over there. Now I'm pretty excited what happens after tomorrow. I just got it. You just got, by the way, you were helping me with, and we can do a panel. I mean, no one's here, and I'm just testing right now, but, you were helping. Oh, you just got pin cord. So yeah, if you really need Twitter, they stopped as of yesterday, and Tweet Shift is pretty cool. I can do that. Oh, a panel. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, yeah, let me see here. So invite copied. So yeah, I'm gonna be testing things. So maybe you can talk for a bit. While I'm only on this. I just finished the second one. Or I have to stream up. I have to scroll up. Because these default ones they're complicated. Or they're new to me. They're not complicated. So so that's kind of my summary. For my Nightbots, it's notifs and bots, ping cord awesome, but Twitter stopped 4/27/23. Tweet shift bot covers for Twitter after April 29th. I don't know. Me6 bot clunky and it costs. I haven't figured out any free things from Me6 yet. And I can't. Oh no, I did find LinkedIn, but it costs. There's Sifa. Okay, cool. I'll bring in no solutions for LinkedIn notifs yet. I'm still trying to figure out LinkedIn. And then, I do a colon at the end of my things. That's like CC. That's like carbon copy. So I colon to Discord. So I just add them. Okay, here I go, Sifa. Let me, I'll add you in 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
How you doing, Sifa?
I'm doing.
Oh, man.
How about you?
True crime and faith. How are you?
Yay, Daisy.
So yeah, I'm a little jacked up. It might be the wrong energy for you right now. So I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, so I'm the custom commands are really cool in Nightbot, and I'm getting to know those. But what's even cooler is the timers. I love the timers in Nightbot. But when I first started using it, I checked out default commands, and there's 11 of them, and not one of them applied to me. And I was like, why do they have these default ones that? And I assume they do research. I assume they have 100,000 users, and they listed the 11 most common commands that people use. And but they had nothing to do with me. So anyway, I looked at it a month later, and then 2 months later. Anyway, I looked at it a couple of days ago, and I was like, hey, some of them might apply. So out of the 11, I enabled 4, and I tried testing them earlier, and they just don't really apply to my situation. So I was like, well, heck, why not just enable all 11? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Out of the 4, 2 or 3 of them said, we're sorry, we're not compatible with YouTube. And I'm like, isn't that what everybody uses? So anyway, I said, well, let's just enable all 11 and then just, eliminate the ones that aren't compatible with YouTube. So that's what I'm now doing. I'm going to go through all 11. Now I'm not always careful. By the way, hey, Daisy, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm mostly testing default commands right now, so I might be not as attentive as I normally am.
Right.
If there is a normal for me, I don't know. But yeah, each there's a exclamation point commands, and that was pretty cool. That, like I was starting to say, I sometimes sometimes I'm not careful with my information, and that actually gives a lot of information. So I'm like, whoa, maybe I'll pause on that one. And then exclamation point commercial, but you have to be, monetized or something like that. So it says it's not compatible. And then the ones that you can use, but I entered it incorrectly. It says, filters is the next one. And it says incorrectly entered, possible options are blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, oh, wow, cool. So they have a poll, and I don't say L's. I'm saying P-O-L-L. I'm saying P-O-L-L. I don't say those two L's. But I would love to do polls someday. And I guess I was entering them incorrectly. So I was getting closer. Anyway, these I get excited by interesting things. Let me go to this. Okay, there it is. There's the filter one. So this is when I did exclamation point filter, this is what they responded with. They said no filter specified, possible values are. So they're telling me what I'm supposed to enter. So I think I'm supposed to say exclamation point filters, and then I enter repetitions or symbols or links or emotes or caps or blacklists. And I have no idea what those mean, but that's what I'm supposed to enter. So I'm just trying to learn a little more about this stuff. So I'm going to jot all those down. So how are you, Sifa? Did you want to talk briefly for a while?
Yeah, I can talk.
Okay, I'm going to write those things down. Thanks.
So, I can tell you kind of what those things are. So the repetition is like if you say a word more than once, Nightbot will time you out. And then symbols, if you use those, Nightbot will time you out. If you try to drop a link, Nightbot will time you out. And if you use any emotes, it'll time you out. And then caps. So if you write in all capital, it'll time you out. And then a blacklist is if you create words that you don't want said and people say those words, it'll time you out.
Wow, thank you. I was thinking filters like the make you look ultra young filter. I was thinking of one of those kind of filters.
Oh, no.
Instead of filtering people. Now I get it. That makes sense.
Yep.
So repetitions, if you say a word too many times, symbols, if you use too many of those, links, if you use too many of those, emotes. I want 0 emotes. I want to get rid of emotes. No, I'm I know people love them. I just don't understand them. And then caps, you mean capital letters?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not. No, there's blind people. Blind people have to use caps. And then blacklist, that's like the N word and things like that. Okay, cool. Well, cool. I'm gonna thank you. And you didn't have to talk about that, but thanks. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do game. I'm not a gamer, but I'm gonna see what this tells me. So that's exclamation point. And I type it once, but it comes up 4 times. Sorry about that. It's I get Francis Assistant, that's my backup YouTube. And then I get JoeHart, that's my primary YouTube. And then I get JoeHart 2, which is Twitch. And then I get JoeHart Invisible Disabilities Advocacy, which is Facebook page. So okay, this is I've never seen this. It's close to what I've seen before, but not exactly. Unfortunately, YouTube does not support retrieval setting of stream game at this time.
Yeah.
So it's basically the one I get most often, and you'll see it again. It says, unfortunately, this command does not support YouTube at this time. That's what I usually get. That's kind of a version of it right there. So good. I'm not going to use game anyway. So
yeah. So the majority of those ones are for Twitch game streamers.
Nightbot kind of focuses on Twitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've run into being able to use it wonderfully. I'm glad some of its purpose works for me in YouTube.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like integrated to both, but most of those commands are Twitch only for some reason.
Now this is very Twitch specific, but I forget what it told me. So something about a marker, like you can mark in the middle of a stream So unfortunately, this command does not support YouTube. Okay, not support. Now, I don't really know how everything interacts, but I mean, I'm on my laptop and I'm streaming through StreamYard. And
Right.
as you know, that's going to 8 destinations or platforms. And that's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And it appears that this only talks to Twitch and YouTube a little bit. So I guess they don't talk to the other ones at all, right? Facebook and LinkedIn?
They can if you do like a link drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll figure that out later. I probably don't need to do it. So it's called a link drop for Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then so that's does not support. Okay, and then Poe, maybe I'll redo this because it sounds like you know a little bit about this. So first I did exclamation point poll, POLL, and first it'll tell me that I did the wrong format, and then so invalid parameter specified, possible parameters is new and results. So I added new and it gave me a little more information. So I said exclamation point new, and I think it gives me a little bit more. I think it gives me the parameters and stuff. So invalid poll option specified. Usage, exclamation point poll, new title, option 1, option 2, option 3. Now, I tried that earlier, but I did have a colon in it. Have you ever seen these polls, Sifa?
Not in that format. I have not.
So I had a colon, a semicolon. I had a colon in it, and usually that messes things up. So let me see, qualifying, and then space, and then I said, who did get it? The player got it. So I put this in before I knew, and then, oh, wait. Can I join? I am so bored. Oh, no. No, sorry, Leo. My decisions for you and your Gurr family still keeps evolving, but I think the bottom line will be for me, I will have to have B Survivor here on my panel and completely able to focus on you for you to come up on panel. I will not do a younger person on my panel ever. I just can't. I can't. It's not. Oguz Gur. I thought you said Oguz Gur. I don't know what you mean. I think I just started saying hi to you, but I know you want to be called Leo. Anyway, I don't understand your comment. But I'm talking quickly, so I might have said other words that sound like that. Anyway, sorry, Leo. If B Survivor is here and she's attentive and she's willing and she's willing to be on my panel, you will be able to come up. Now, the time you actually did come, or one of the Gurrs, there are 3 different Gurrs and 3 different accounts. And I don't know your relationship. I don't know if you're all sisters or if one's a mother and 2 daughters. I don't know the relationship. But when B did talk to them, and I was there, but I couldn't hear B and I couldn't hear you. So you 2 talked, and that's how y'all connected, because I couldn't hear anything, even though I was hosting it. So when you did talk to B, your mother and father were both on the stream. I'm okay with that. But I'm sorry, I just can't. I'm an old man. I can't have young people on my stream. Just can't do it. It's not okay. So sorry about that. And I'm sure you just understood about 1/10 of my words. Sorry about that, Leo. But yeah, let's wait for B Survivor. If she ever shows up and she's willing and wanting and all that stuff, then we can do you again. I know you come. I would recommend you connecting with someone over 18, ideally your mother and father, and start doing your streams with them. 18 is a pretty common age around the world. Well, that's not really true. Age of consent can be as young as 10 and 11 and 12 years old. But that's what I would recommend. Get an adult, hang out with them, and that's how you stream. Okay, enough about that. Sorry about that, Leo. Thanks. Okay, so qualifying luck. And then who else was it? Verstappen. And I forget who was third. I'll just put a name in here. So let's see here. I'll just say Hamilton. I forget who was third. No. It was Perez. Let's put in Perez. Okay, so this is from its description, and now it's way up there. Okay, so for that description there, let me see. Okay, invalid poll option specified. Usage, exclamation point poll, new title, that straight up line, which I don't quite understand, but I think I have it correctly. Oh, I got to put it in. I didn't have it there either. I think that was one thing I messed up too. Okay, so new title, straight up and down, well, space, straight up and down, space, option A, 1, straight up and down, option 2, straight up and down, option 3. So this is what I guessed is what they're telling me to do. So I'm going to enter it. So this is what I entered, and I think it told me something was wrong. Although I don't think I had the straight up and down for qualifying. So it told me something. Something is, does that kind of look okay to you, Sifa? The new title and then option 1, 2, and 3?
I'm not sure. But I can send you this.
Yeah, do you have instructions?
Yeah.
I ought to learn how to use it. That'd be cool. Now, I didn't get this last time. It told me more information. Invalid parameters, specified possible parameters, new and results. Yeah, it didn't tell me that. Oh, new. Okay. I didn't do the new. Golly, I wish I. Okay, I forgot the new. So new qualifying straight up and down. I don't know what that thing's called. Lec. Per. And per. Okay, I forgot the new. So yeah, I think this gives me a little more information. New qualifying. Yeah. Yeah, this is what it told me last time. So straw polls API returned an error. Try again later.
So that's because straw poll, I just looked, they are no longer a thing. Yeah.
You're kidding.
As of August.
So I'm trying to talk to something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should probably update that.
Do you know if there's going to be something else they use instead, or that's probably just not going to be available?
Yeah, it's probably just not going to be available.
Okay. So thank you. Not available. And in regulars, that would be U and B, I think. Let me see here.
So we would be in moderator or moderation, I think it's. Yeah, regulars are like the people who frequent a
come
chat,
a lot,
but are not. Yeah, but aren't mods. So like Daisy would be a regular.
Oh, okay. So let me. I don't know what comes up. So let me check it here. Exclamation point regulars. Tracer, good morning, Tracer. How are you? I'm testing default commands, and as always, I'm always picking Sifa's brains. I really do like you just because I like you, Sifa, and I hope you know that. But your brain is incredible, also. So but anyway, so Tracer, yeah, I'm testing So for regulars, invalid parameter specified, possible parameter, add, delete. Oh, golly, I don't want to add and delete people. Oh, I guess I want to add. So, Tracer, I don't know. Sifa, can you be a regular and a moderator?
I haven't heard that you can.
Well, I want to test it right now. I wonder if I can ask Tracy if I can add her as a regular. Tracy, would you mind? Let's see here. So, oh wait, I'm sorry. I can do my second channel. I can do Francis assistant. Okay. At regulars. It says add or delete, right? What are the two choices? Add and delete. So, okay, I'll do add. And then I don't know how you enter someone's name, but I'll just say Francis. Oh, shit. I probably have to do the. I don't know what the format is. Assistant. Dash. NK1GC. 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 So I'm going to just try this. I don't know if it works. Under construction will be. Oh, no, that's. That's mine. That's my timer, I think. Under construction. Yeah, I didn't enter membership. I think that's a did this do anything? The user Francis Assistant has been added successfully. So I am now, Francis Assistant is now a regular. So I just add and delete. Okay. I thought it would like list them or yeah, but you don't want to do that. So add or delete. It looks like I did that right. So the format would be your @ for your YouTube channel name. Okay. There's just a couple more. Let's see here. Songs. I know I'm not going to do music, but I'm OCD, so I'm going to do every single one of them. So songs. Hey, I'm petrified on broadcast and music, and I know I'm not going to do songs, but let's see what this comes up to. Sometimes these things are quick, and sometimes they're not. So, do you have memberships? I mean, I don't. Do YouTube livers ultimately do think about memberships? I mean, I'm not offering anything, so I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how I can have memberships. Sorry.
You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Okay. That won't be forever. Okay, cool. Thanks. So if you would like to communicate with me, feel free to tweet. Okay, that's not it. So I guess this songs thing is not going to respond yet. Let's see. Provides users in the chat with the ability to request songs. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Let's move on, except it'll probably get jammed up and do it now. But I'll do exclamation point tags. I think that's one of the ones that don't work with YouTube. Unfortunately, this command does not support YouTube at this time. Okay, not supported. Not support YouTube. And then title. I think title worked. So this is this will show my title, and then moderators can modify it, which I don't really know what that means, but I guess you can, like if I have the wrong time or something, and say, oh, it's not 9 to 10, it's supposed to be 10 to 11, and you can go in there and modify it. I don't really see a purpose for that. But anyway, it works. Yeah. So title does work. And then winner, I'm sure I'll never have a contest, but let's just see what comes up. Exclamation point winter. Do you have, oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're on Nightbot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any of the default settings set up?
No, yeah. I do not.
They're useless. I don't get them.
Yeah.
And the winner is
Me.
AKA Tracy. Subscription status private. Sorry, Tracer. I don't know why I picked you. I guess it does a random. Sorry, Tracer. I didn't mean to have you called out. Is that what it did? Did it spin a wheel of everybody in the room and she was the only one in the room?
I think so. Yeah.
But it worked. Okay, so winter works, but I don't need it. Works, but disabled. Okay, so that's the 11. I've done all. Yeah. Congratulations, Tracy. Sorry about that. I'm just testing. I did not put you in. It just, I think I've read that somewhere where it does a random of all the viewers, like Ickadmail. I think I learned from Ickadmail, and he has thousands of viewers, but those especially when he's offering his $500 and $1,000, he has some big prizes, but when he has that many, he has a bunch of viewers, and so he'll spin through all of them, and then one person wins. So anyway, Trace, you were it. Nothing to win, but okay. I think that's all I needed to do. What's been going on with you, Sefa? Does it help to be doing stuff? Are you like working on your Discord, and does that help to get your mind off things?
Yes and no. Like, it's been honestly, it's kind of been hell.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because like for some reason, this is when like people want to start, a lot of drama, and like I'm having issues with some other channels right now because I was honest about something, and they happened to be the one who actually did what I was being accused of doing.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, so like, drama. They want to bury me now, and it's like, oh, that's cool.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm generally not the optimist. I'm usually the
Pessimist.
The pessimist or realist. I usually call it realist, but I'm usually, the one positive side I would see without knowing much about your situation is at least you're out in the community. Like, I would bury myself in my bed and I wouldn't eat and shower, and I wouldn't do anything. So anyway, I don't know if that really is a positive, but that's what I would say is at least you're getting out into the community.
Physically, no.
Oh yeah. I mean, online. Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah, no, physically I'm a fucking wreck.
And I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry to hear, and I know that sucks. For sure. But modal timing, I was testing that earlier and it didn't work, and now it shows up. Do you know about when I first started doing Nightbot, I thought I needed to do, let me type it in here because it always takes time. So when I first started doing Nightbot, I thought I needed to add a custom command and then set up a timer for that. And then now I have like 25 or so going in both things. So I think you can not have the custom command, just go straight to the timer. So that's what I tried to do with this MotoGP, and nothing came up. So yes, Tracy, I agree with you. Sorry, Sif, I hope you're able to feel better soon.
Yeah, amen. It's just like I haven't even been able to like begin morning.
Oh, I'm sure.
So yeah. It's pretty shitty right now. But I'm alive, I guess.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, it's hard to look at the positive sometimes.
Yeah, because, you know, like when we get upset, sometimes that part isn't the positive. But
wow.
Life.
Yeah. Anyway, I I said earlier that I vaguely, anyway, not everybody feels better and feels like they're being supported when other people relate to their situation. So I don't want to relate to it if it wouldn't be anything that would help you, because people are like, well, that's not my situation, so I don't want to hear about others. So anyway, I've had a couple of situations that are vaguely kind of similar to that situation, but it's not like yours. So anyway, I don't know if you're one to like to hear other people's similarities, or you're like, no, let's just focus on mine.
No, that's fine.
I'm looking for, what am I looking for? MotoGP. So I have a timer for MotoGP. Oh, that's why it wouldn't work. Okay, I think I know. So when I do exclamation point MotoGP, I guess that means I'm talking to the custom commands only. So if it is there, it will come up. If it's not there, nothing will happen.
Right.
So it is working the way it's supposed to. Okay. Now the timer did just work right here. So that's the timer. So would you probably think I'm thinking correctly that you do not need a custom command of the same command to have a timer command?
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that, because I would get rid of some of them and just move them to timers. But okay, cool. So anyway, I guess I have two situations. One of my situations, and again, I'm only trying to help you realize that other people have, anyway, I only want to make you feel better. I don't want to take time away from you at all. No, but I'm the youngest of 9, and we're an Irish Catholic family. I have a mother, we only had one mother and one father, no divorces, and they both had 9 kids. That's insane. And I'm the youngest. And I got sober in 1986 when I was 25, and I was the first person in my family to change. Oh, no, I'm sorry. At the time, my oldest sister, who was the second oldest sibling, had 5 years sobriety. And then, so I was like, oh, this is cool. Someone's going to teach. And it ends up, she didn't keep it. I kept it. But anyway, it's a very sad story. That sister that supposedly had 5 years sobriety, many years later, probably 15 years later, she had 2 full-time jobs. She had 2 adult children, and she was still active in alcoholism, and she died. And she she died in her sleep and blah, 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 blah. But she wasn't discovered, and she was discovered by her son, but she wasn't discovered for 3 weeks. So it's
Oh
kind of
my
that,
God.
it's kind of like that not knowing, the
Yeah.
kind of, like, where is she, and where is, where is her body if she's not alive, or where is she if she is alive? That
Right.
they
Yeah.
had that unknown for quite a while, which anyway, that's the one. Anyway, I try to learn from that situation, and I know it's morbid, but I say, if I die, and I hope people, when and if I die, I hope people are aware of it within 3 weeks. I'm like, I hope I don't isolate that much. So anyway, I still isolate, but I try to get better. Anyway, that's one. And then the other, at the World Trade Center, I'm the youngest of 9. My name's Joe. We had cousins in Connecticut. Their youngest child's name was Joe, and we were both named after his father. And they were in the Connecticut area. And the son, my age, worked at the World Trade Center. And he was actually at the World Trade Center in 1996. He was there for the first bombing. He did work there during the first bombing. And but he kept his job, of course, because he was making, oodles of money. And anyway, he was in the South Tower. So the South Tower is the second building to be hit and the first building to fall. And along with all 3,000 other, tragedies in that situation, our family did not know when to celebrate. We didn't know what to celebrate. Should it be a funeral? Should it be a wake? Should it be a memorial? And of course there were 0 bodies. So it was, again, it's back to that body thing. You don't, it can be challenging when there is no body, for sure. Now, to get a little even, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but to get even a little more morbid, and this is it. This is the last comment. And then back to making you feel better. But if that's at all possible, I don't think that needs to be rushed, and that has its own process and blah, 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 blah. And often others can't say anything, often nothing can be said. But so anyway, I don't need to add the morbid part. So, okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I don't know if those help as far as,
Thank you.
And I don't ever, I know there are so many people that immediately start telling stories like that, and they're like, come on, you're not the only one. And I'm like, that's the furthest. I only want to help them feel better. It's not, it's not a competition, and it's not to say mine was worse. It's not. So anyway, enough with that. I'll stop with that.
No, you're fine.
So, anyway, I think that's the most of my testing. I had 2 streams scheduled for today, and I did both of them. And then I have 2 scheduled for Saturday and 1 for Sunday, I think. Or 2. No, 1, just a longer one for Sunday. But then I later add like NASCAR and stuff. So I did add another stream for today, like at 2:30 or something. I don't know what time. And then again, I'll probably add one Sunday. But Saturday is always the toughest day for me. Saturday is always like, 9:30, 10 in the morning till like 7, 8, 9 p.m. Between all the motorsports, there's always something going on Saturday. Friday is like practice and less crowded. And Sunday is just the race, so it's only the race. But Saturday is practice and qualifying and different formats and different, so it's like, and I think like I have to do them all. I don't know why. So anyway, that's kind of my schedule this weekend. I'm excited to get back to Formula One. It's been 4 weeks. For 2023, they have 23 races scheduled, and if they all happen, excluding COVID or whatever reason, if they all happen, it will tie for their longest season. Now, when they first scheduled for 2023, they scheduled 24 events because they want it to be the longest year. But they scheduled for China, and then China canceled. Or I forget the exact. Formula One probably canceled them, but I forget what the exact details. So it went from 24, the record, to 23 to tie the record. And that was scheduled 2 weeks ago. So we weren't supposed to be off for 4 weeks. It was supposed to be 2 weeks, but China was canceled. So 4 weeks is a long time. I don't like waiting 4 weeks for Formula One. Because I'm continuing my dislike for NASCAR. I like IndyCar, but it's just it's not. I don't know enough about the drivers. It's not often enough. IMSA is kind of a passing thing. NHRA is just too loud. I can't handle it. Formula E is too not often enough. So Formula One is really the one I want to focus on. So 4 weeks was tough, but. Now, I'm just looking at the date, and it's April 28th. And I think I said often when I left Idaho, I was like, I'm never going back. And then I said, but June 26th is forever from now. And the way my mind works, and I know this is weird, but the way my mind works is, in January or whenever I came back, I think it was January. I think that June 26th will never, ever, ever happen. So I don't ever have to decide if I'm going to go or not, because it's just too far in the future. It's 5 months. That's never going to happen. So I know that's weird, but that's what I do. And, now it's April 28th. And so it's within 2 months. I'm like, 2 months. Oh my golly. So now I didn't do my research. And it's probably a good thing. But had I known that Lori Vallow was in Idaho, I probably would have stayed to cover her. And there was no court date. I would have just driven down to her city and start doing her stuff, which is good. It was probably a good idea for me to get home. But anyway, I'm really involved in motorsports, but it doesn't feel, once I got involved with Idaho 4, I was thinking I'm never going to do motorsports again. And I said I wasn't going to do politics again, but I'm thinking 2024 is going to get ramped up, and I'll go to Iowa for 5 weeks and do all those interviews out there in Iowa. So I'm doing, tons of streams and tons of hours and tons of prep for motorsports, but I just don't feel it. It's just like, this is so shallow. It's so stupid. It's so, they're rich. They're entitled. I see nothing about it. And plus I hate NASCAR, but that's its own entity. I love Formula One, but I still feel those same things. So, I could see crime sleuthing taking over my life again and saying that's so much more important. It's about real people. It's about real stuff. It's not, who cares which billionaire wins this weekend? Who cares? Who cares which one wins these races, So, right. And I do, and I did, and I will, but, anyway, I don't know. I mean, if I go to Idaho, I want to go very early. I do not want to pull up the morning of the court date and be tired and hungry and having to fly to the truck stop so I can take a shower and fly to the courthouse so I can be showered to go there. I don't want that. I want to show up. I wouldn't mind showing up a week early or a week and a half earlier. I wouldn't mind any of that. So anyway, that's coming. but I'm out of the loop. I know I breeze by Reddit occasionally. I haven't seen 4chan in many months, but yeah, you know, and I always take Reddit with a grain of salt. But I think the less I go there, the more the headlines, you know, will startle my brain. And you know, if you believe Reddit, you know, Kohlberger will probably get off, and all the cops screwed up, and you know, and I'm like, that can't be true. And we don't know. We won't know until the court starts. But anyway, do you have a feel for if any of that is real, and or if they have a solid case against Kohlberger?
Oh, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it is.
Like honestly, I think it could go either way.
Wouldn't that be bizarre?
Yeah.
That'd be tragic.
Oh yeah.
Golly. Now, you know what I've always banked on, and again, it's been months. I haven't even thought about this stuff, but what I banked on is the whatever PCA, the you know the whatever those things are, the affidavit, whatever it is that they provided.
Yeah, the probable cause.
Yeah, probable cause affidavit.
Yeah.
And they only report to us the minimal amount so that the court knows and the lawyers know and blah, 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 blah. So it's the minimal. So I always keep that in my back pocket, is they know a lot more than they told us. So it's like, okay, whew, then there's that, you know. So anyway, that would be bizarre. And you know, I'm still new to crime sleuthing, but I guess it's like any other, you know, microcosm or environment, or you know, it's like any other in the world, that you're going to get extremes, and you're going to people that say, you know, like for Lori Vallow and her ex-husband, you know, number 5 or 6 or whatever he is, you know, like you know, people are still saying she's going to get off. And I'm like, wait a minute, read what's going on. So it is weird that there's all that stuff. There's Reddit and 4chan of, it's weird. Anyway. So I've been talking a lot. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Is there anything you would like to talk? Like if you want to divert this to a different topic or subject, is there anything you would like to visit right now?
No, we're good.
Okay. Well, I think for Nightbot, I think I'm done. I was gonna this ping cord is so cool, and I was so freaked out about Twitter stopping tomorrow that anyway, I'm learning a lot about Discord. You know, like whenever I had a problem with ping cord, I would just write, you know, I would write to support and ask them a question. And I'm like, how come they're taking 3 days to respond? And or, you know, 5 days. It was a long time. But Twitter's coming up, and I'm like, oh my golly, I'm gonna lose it all. And you know, you and I set up my Twitter, and I said, I've got 8 days left of this. You know, I know it's only for 8 days, but I want to set it up anyway. And you were willing, and you didn't mind, and we set it up. You know, I knew it was 8 days. So it's weird that now I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose it. But anyway, I knew I was going to do that. So but you know, I asked another question, and they took a day or two to respond to me. And I'm like, you know, that's all right. But then I was like, I want, you know, anyway, it's amazing what's on Discord in ping cord. You know, like I just started reading their, you know, their posts, and I'm like, they explain the Twitter thing here completely. So I scrolled back 9 months ago, and I read everything about Twitter, and I'm like, why am I asking questions? They have all the answers here, which, I mean, that's, I'm sure I call it tech support, but I'm sure it's called other things. But that's true with most tech support. When we have cable TV and it doesn't work, we just call them. But if we would just read the instructions, it would tell us how to do it. So anyway, that's pretty common to the explanations there, but I didn't read it. So it was neat to read all that because that calmed me down. And there's this one guy that was being really nice to them saying, hey, I'd love for you all to get a workaround, but we understand if you don't do a workaround. And she said, well, it's going to cost $44,000 a month and we don't have that money, so we're not going to do it. And
Wow.
and yeah. Twitter is getting rid of the smaller, I don't know how to describe it, the IT, the developers, getting rid of the smaller developers. They did have a plan, I think it was $100 a month or $500 a month, and you could have 50 addresses or whatever, so it was not much money. It was a small crowd, blah 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 blah. But starting tomorrow, the entry level account is $42,000 a month. That's the entry level. They've eliminated all the real small ones. And I'm like, wow, what can be worth $42,000?
Don't know.
That's a lot of subscriptions. That's a lot of, how do you make that back? I don't know. So anyway, so this guy's really nice to him, and she was she was a little, snippy with him, but she said, if you happen to hear of anything that works on the workaround, let us know. And just 10 minutes later, he just wrote the one word. He wrote tweet shift or whatever it's called. I think it's called tweet shift. And so I was like, did he just answer the question? So I typed in tweet shift, and it's exactly like Pingcord and Discord and all those, Me6. It's just like all of those. You go to a weird website that's .xyz or whatever, and then it says you must, sign in, but there's no, no passwords and stuff. You just click and it says, we know Discord is here. Do you want to connect? And so I got on and I was like, how can I set up Twitter? And you can set up 40 accounts. I set up 3, and it's so I set it up to get notifications. And they're like, it takes up to 2 minutes. It takes up to 2 hours. I'm like, oh my goodness. So anyway, that they always, it didn't. It started working within about a minute or two, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So that was yesterday. Boy, it seems like it was about 4 weeks ago, but it was April 27th yesterday, and that's when Twitter told everybody it was going to be April 29th, which is tomorrow. But it actually ended up being April 27th, and they cut everybody off. And that was me. I had tons of notifications, 3 accounts repeating basically the same tweet. I don't repeat them, but it's about the same traffic for all 3 channels. A ton. And then yesterday they stopped. And that's when I freaked out and started reading all that stuff. I heard about a tweet shift and set it up. And so anyway, tweet shift worked. I was like, oh my goodness, just as excited as Pingcord because it's Twitter. And so I went back and I wrote that guy. It was in support, but he wasn't support. I think he's called a informal volunteer helper or something like that. So I said, thank you so much for the recommendation. Tweet shift worked. It's all set up. It's been finalized. I'm already getting the notifications. And I'm excited to see if it works after April 29th. And he said, no problem. He just wrote me, and but I'm really excited about tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know if tweet shift is so enormous that they can pay $42,000 a month, or if they figured out a workaround, so it is going to work after April 29th, or what I think is going to happen, they were uninformed and it's going to stop tomorrow. so anyway, I'm excited for tomorrow to see what happens with my tweets. Anyway, some of my stories can be so long and details oriented. Whew. So, what is that? Let me see. I think it's called bots. Let me see this. Let me see if this works. Or it might be, I don't think that's it. I think it's called Notice. Notice. So I think, let's see if that works. You know, with Notice and bots, I think I know it's just for my own satisfaction. There it is. I kind of feel like I've gone to a different level of YouTube Live. You know, it feels like I have no information. I don't have an audience yet. But I'm setting up the stuff if I ever were to grow, you know, so, and I mean, my mind, I get so stressed out, and Nightbot has relieved a lot of that stress. Ping Cord has relieved a lot of that stress. So I'm not saying I'm going to become a superstar and know how to get, you know, 1,000 subscriptions, but, anyway, I think I've hit a different level because of all these things.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was first. I don't know where I heard about Discord first. I think it was through Brittany, and I think she was inviting everybody, or, you know, the link would be put out there and they're like, yeah, if you want to, I think it was a bot, and it said, click on this and anybody can join and come on, you know, and I joined, and, you know, it was cool for a while. And then I stopped, you know, then I would just watch and read, but I wouldn't comment. And then they, you know, they removed me because I wasn't making any comments, which I guess makes sense. That's okay. But anyway, so I think I can thank you for most stuff. So I don't know if you mentioned Discord to me first, or if I heard about it from Brittany or whatever. But you know, that was just a fluke, really. And it's new. You know, anytime there's something new, I'm like, oh, I don't want to learn something new. But and I still am resisting Discord. You know, like you know, I go to your streets, and, you know, I click around and I get nervous, and I'm like, oh no, but I'm learning, you know, I'm learning a lot from yours. And you know, like, so when I add something in Discord, it says, do you want to become a community? Or, you know, it asks these upgrade kind of questions. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have anybody yet. And they're like, well, you get to use more things if you know, and I'm like, okay, I'll set it up. You know, so I keep adding these things, and I'm like, I don't, you know. And a Smitten Kitten, I think Smitten Kitten might be someone that I think I met him through you. But he joined my Discord, and he was like, oh, if you need any help, just let me know. And I'm like, I don't know the first thing. And then I started talking about these things, you know, the Ping Cord. And he's like, well, you probably know a little more than me. And I'm like, but I don't know how to invite people. I swear, I don't know if this, but I swear my Discord for the first month or two had no invite button. I swear it was disabled or hidden, or I don't know what happened to it, but I couldn't find an invite. I was like, how do I invite people? And then finally I found it. And then it became front and center. And I'm like, wait a minute. It was never front and center before. Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but anyway, so, you know, I'm working on all these bots and stuff, but you know, with Smitten, you know, I'm like, but I don't know how to greet people, and I don't know how to, you know, invite them, and, you know, and I guess the more I research it, the more I feel like I don't know, but it still seems like, and I don't know the wording, or it still seems like if I invite someone in my Discord and they accept and they come in, it still seems like there's another step so that they can communicate and they can be in my DMs. You know, it's like, you know, I would invite people and they'd accept, and I'd be like, but where are they? I don't see them. I don't see them in my DMs. And so I would be like, I would type the @ and then, then they would show up. And I'm like, well, okay, they're somewhere. But so anyway, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
it appears once I've invited them and they've come in, I have to then, do you know if there is another step you have to do to get them onto your DM?
Yeah. So, well, to get them onto your DM, you have to like send them the DM message, or either they have to message you. It doesn't matter which way.
Okay. They don't just automatically get in that list?
No.
Okay. And then it sounded like you were going to address another aspect of that aspect of that you got to do something else.
So you do have to check the permissions. So like if there's roles, then you have to give them like a specific role, like how it has everyone, or it has mod, or like owner, or member.
Member. Yeah. Oh, that's if they buy my. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the word member, but I think it means something different than. So yeah, I don't believe I've actively. Well, no, I mean, I guess I did. I did set you up for a little bit, and then I reversed that kind of stuff. But other than that, I don't think I have ever actively set any permission. I don't think I've ever gone in there and say, okay, be survivor. What do I want to set up? And so, I don't think I've ever, because it's too much information. I'm like, what? They can see lists, but they can't edit them, and they can edit lists, but they can't modify them. And I'm like, golly, that's way too much information for me.
Yeah. Well, like I can walk you through it off stream so you're able to check and see, because sometimes like they can get a little messed up.
Yeah. Now, with Misc and Pingcord and Tweet Shift, I think is the three I have. I think there's a fourth that I always forget, but I think I have those three. And I did when I'm on stream, I'm real hyped and uptight, but I did feel a little calm. So I did walk through it, and I was offline and I walked through it a little calmly and stuff. And there was, I did start clicking on those kind of things. And one of them, I think it was Misc. One of them was set up as an administrator. And I was like, I know I didn't do that, so I was like, well, I don't want to make any changes. So then I checked Pingcord and Tweet Shift, and neither one of them were. So I was like, why would Misc set them up like that? And I know when you're setting something up, they say, are you okay with blah, 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 blah? And I just say yes, but I don't read all the blah, 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 blahs. So anyway, I did ultimately deactivate it, but I don't know, they were talking about somewhere, I don't know where I was reading it, that people will, all those bots will only communicate with people below their capacity.
Yeah.
So if they're administrator, they can communicate, but if I disabled that, anyway, I don't know. Administrator sounds scary.
Yeah. Yeah, like I can walk you through all of that stuff.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm jacked up about it. So, okay, I'm talking too much. I appreciate you being up here, Sifa. I usually,
of course.
I usually ask more questions and try to focus on the other person, and I didn't do that today. So I
no worries. You're totally fine.
So okay, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get off. I think in my next stream is 2:40. Well, that's 3 hours. I was gonna nap, but
yeah.
I'll see.
Well, if you decide not to nap, just let me know, and I can walk you through stuff on Discord.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, cool. So that sounds good. But I think I'm gonna head out, and I appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah, of course.
And helping me as you always do. And again, the energy in my eyes, the energy was supposed to be on helping you, not my shallow stuff I'm working on. But
no, it actually did help get my mind off of things. Thank
cool.
you.
Well, you're welcome. No, I mean, thank you. Well, good. I appreciate that. So, anyway, I do take a little extra time at the end now. I am now writing to every stream. You know, I like to cut and paste. I don't like to retype everything. So let me go. So I like to thank people, but it's a template, so I like to update it.
All right.
And I'm sure you've seen it. So let's see. So let's see. So select all, copy. Okay, so at the end of my streams, I like to thank people specifically. And then I like to say I'm going to hit end broadcast twice and then go to the streams and stuff. So, but yeah, I go to all the destinations and I talk to them now. So anyway, that's the thanks to Sifa and his crew, you know, Tracy and Daisy came. So that was cool. And everyone, I really appreciate all your time and support. See you soon. JoeHart, PwD's, Invisible Disabilities. So, so anyway, yeah, I hit end broadcast twice, and then I go to my 8 platforms or destinations, and that used to take 2 to 5 minutes, but now I'm spending more time, so it's probably going to be 7 to 12 minutes. And you can make comments after the broadcast ends, but before I leave the studio. So anyway, I just like to let people know that. Let me look at my 3 here. What do I got? 2 in YouTube, JoeHart PwD's, and 1 in Twitch. My Twitches used to talk to me. I wish you would talk to me, but that's all right, just to watch. That's fine too. And anyway, I'm trying to learn more and more about all of them. Okay. I'm going to head out.
Okay.
End broadcast. Check the 8 platforms. Finish. Hit leave studio, and then I'll be gone. Okay? So end broadcast in 3, 2, 1. That's the first time, and then I'm going to hit it again. But oh, cool. Can I click into your thing with it muted? Yeah. I don't want to interrupt your own stuff.
No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab one of my devices and get on that as soon as I can. Okay, so end broadcast ends immediately as soon as I click it. So 3, 2, 1, goodbye.